Hello all you peeps out there, welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you've been with me, I thank you for joining me, and if you are one of my YouTube friends, welcome back. Glad to see you, hope to hear from you, comments and all that good stuff. So I'm so excited. I had a lady contact me for the little metal discs, and so she and I worked this thing out, but we're gonna have you know, I did a video on saving money on your magnets, and I have these little metal discs that I had in my Etsy shop, but I don't have my Etsy shop open right now. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do there for right now. So if I ever do anything on that you guys are interested in, one of you is interested in buying it or something, just let me know. But anyway, so we're going to exchange Happy Mail, and I'm so excited because I love doing Happy Mail. Love it. Love it. You know, you just trade out some of your stuff that you're tired of looking at, but somebody else will be going, whoa, I love this, and I've got such great ideas, you know. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. So, any of you out there might be interested in doing some Happy Mail, just let me know, because you know, this day and age, it's a little boring. So getting stuff in the mail is like a mini Christmas. Okay. Anyway, back to this. This is page number 2 that we have been working on, and I think I have just about got it ready. Now, I don't believe I inked anything. Ha 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 ha. What else is new, right? I try and get it all done, but I don't think I went back and inked anything. So, all right. So, front page is going to have this little fella on it, and I cut this out. I'm going to put part of it on the back of this flap, and then part of it on to the base. But the flap will, I believe, will cover it all up. And my dinosaur stuff is at the post office, but we didn't get there in time today, so I will be getting that tomorrow. So I will be very super psyched to get that. Now I made my die cuts for all of this, and this one screwed up, but I was able to find a part from another one that screwed up. No, I think this was a cutoff from one of the other ones, and it just fit perfectly. So I'm good there. You can't, I don't believe once it's done that you're really going to see the transition between the two. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead, and this is inked. Now, I did not ink the two pieces that are actually going to go together, because that will really make that that splice very noticeable, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to give myself a little edge right here all the way across. And this is inked. Wow, I inked something. I'm so excited. Aren't you guys excited? It doesn't take much to thrill us, does it? We inked everything. Yay! We can move on. All right. Bring it down just a little bit. So there we go. There we go. Pull that together just a little bit more. All right, perfect. And then, let's see, I think I'm just going to flip this because I've got so much stuff in here so that I can see what I need to cut down. There are a few pieces that I just I knew they were close, and I knew that I would have to cut them down a little bit with you guys, and I figured you wouldn't mind that quite as much. Just going to take a smidge off of this. Okay. And that does not look even. Hold on. Well, okay. Sorry guys. Let me figure out what's wrong with this. I'll be right back. Okay. Not really sure. I think when I measured that this end is a little longer than this end, and so it has made me off by 1/8 to 1/16 of an inch. So I am going to use this anyway, and I'm going to line it up along the outside line, because that one I have less control over. And then this inside line, I think I will put a piece of this ribbon down, and that will hide the fact that it's not 100% correct. Let me get this taped so I don't have to deal with it. So I've kind of got this in the center where I want it. It's about an inch and 1/8 off the top and the bottom. I think I moved it a little bit. So I am going to make my mark, and I want to make sure off of this side, since it's not, that's about 7/8. So this can go back just, no, let's see, that is 7/8 and that is 7/8. Okay, so now I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to make a mark at the end of the top and the bottom, and then I'm going to draw a pencil line from those marks all the way up the edge. And then I'm going to go ahead and remove this piece, and we're going to focus on this for right now. I am going to actually put, excuse me, my hinge through the paper here, so I don't have it to deal with. It's just an option. It's not anything you have to do. If you don't want to, you can just lay it down. And then I plan on, if you're doing the same paper as me, I plan on putting part of this on the back and then part of this down. And so the majority of that can cover your flap. But this way I won't have to worry about it. So I am going to just do a quick cut here. I still cannot find my brand new Timmy. I have no clue. Let's put this over where we have more paper underneath our ruler. It makes it a heck of a lot easier to find. All right, and I'm just lining this up so that my ruler is right along the edge. And I put the 9-inch mark, any inch mark, at where I'm ending, and I went all the way through the first time so that I would know where to end. Now, another little thing that you can do that helps put it through these is just take a little bit off the sides, and then we're just going to slide this in and see how our fit is. Very nice. Okay, and I'm going to measure it once again. 1 inch and 1/8. Excuse me. And then here it should be, yep, we're good. Okay, so I'm going to grab this and flip it over. And I'm going to run the glue underneath. Bam. And I'm going to put score tape over this little flap here. You want it to be under this brown piece so I can stick my nail through there. So once it's laying underneath, you know, because this is the bottom. So looking at it this way, it's going to be on top of the brown piece, just to not confuse you. And then I'm just going to put some score tape, double-sided tape, silkwine tape, whatever the heck you want to call it, or whatever kind you have. If you don't have any, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. That could have gone in just a little bit better, but it will get covered. Yeah, that could have gone in just a little bit better, but we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Woo, yeah. Okay, then this is next, and of course this one I did not ink. Do I need to make this a little bigger, or am I doing all right? I think I'm doing all right. I just need to keep my chair forward. Huh. Something got that little bit soft right there. I don't know if it... is that... No. No, that's part of the... I was just trying to figure out if that was... if that's supposed to be a bush or if that's ink. It's ink, because it wouldn't be on this side too, would it? No. So some of this is ink. Wow. Did not realize that. I don't know if it was me or if I got it that way. I don't know, but I'm going to paint it, put it on anyway. And that, because that looks crooked. Does that look crooked? No, it doesn't, does it? Okay. It looks just fine. We're going with it. We are going with it. So I was trying to find ways, because the last book, well, the one that you know I've got going now that I'm putting online, man, that sucker, I don't know how many videos I'm gonna have to get that one done. I'm uploading 11 right now, and it's like, whoa, that's just too many. That's just too many. And I try to not have, you know, all of those issues and such. Okay, so here, that is driving me nuts too. Let me slide this over just a little bit. Okay. Let's see, where is that paper? Did I put it back in here? Oh, where did I put it? Because I'm wondering if this paper right here. There we go. Trying to keep myself organized. I'm wondering if I put this down. I believe I will do this. I believe I can fly. Woo, woo, woo. I did not erase that pencil mark on the bottom, so I'll have to see what I can do. Looks like my little dog didn't want to go sleeping with Daddy. So I'll be right back, guys. Sorry about that, guys. My husband is a early to bed, early to rise kind of guy, and I am a late night owl, so he usually takes our younger little white dog, Nikki. He usually takes him to bed with him, but tonight Nikki's just a little fussy. We don't know why. So he's with Mama. He's with Mama. Alright, so I'm just going to put this down just to kind of cover up, not really take anything away from my dinosaur kingdom. Dun dun dun. And then I just want to get this in a nice spot, and I'm going to make my cut right there. And I suppose I probably should mark this because I don't think they're even. Let's see. Oh, yeah, they're not too bad. Right on it. Okay, so I have this one, which I'm going to put right like that, and then this one, which I'm going to put right up to the brown paper. Yeah, and then when that closes, you won't see that part of it. Now, I can make this a pocket, which I think I will. I think I'll leave this side open. And, yep, got to ink this up. And I'll ink this up. I hope everybody's staying safe and wearing your masks. I know they're starting to open things up yet, but we're still just gonna, because we can. I mean, neither one of us work. And so we're just gonna kind of keep it going a little longer. Because we think, you know, some people are just like, oh, it's over. No, it's not. No, it's not. So we're just a little nervous that people are going to get too complacent. I don't know. And, you know, not be as vigilant about things as my husband and I at least would like. Because my husband, he's got diabetes. And so he doesn't need to get that. And me, everybody looks at me if I go out, I do wear a mask, but my allergies have been so bad, so I cough or sneeze. And I mean, it's not funny, but you know, everybody looks at you like, oh my God, do you have it? Do you have it? Why are you near me? And I don't blame them. I don't blame them, because I find myself doing the same thing. You know, if somebody's sneezing or whatever, and I'll just say, God bless you, and I hope that you stay healthy. So, okay. Oh, and then I forgot to keep that open. Dunce. That's okay. It's okay. All right. Now, something to close this. I could do a swing tab. I will have to come back to that one because I didn't think about that one. And then we're going to go ahead and glue this down on this. And it does not need to get inked. Oh yeah, let me take this off. Okay. Now remember, we're going to, because this one does not appear to be straight, even though this piece is actually a true rectangle. There we go. So we're just fixing it. Just fixing it. But yeah, we're going to make sure that we are good top and bottom on this side. And then I'll just drop it. All right. And then we'll just drop this side. And I'm going to flip this over and get some burnishing done. All right. Oh, and I've made a couple elements in here that I'm very proud of. Okay, so that's cute, and that's a nice front. And then I am going to just let's see, where's my lighter? I believe this one's already done. It is. Okay, so there's that. And I'm just going to put this top and bottom. All right, and then give this a little burn. There we go. Put that back in my little tool caddy. I love this thing. This is so cool. I mean, it holds everything. It's just super, super duper pooper scooper. And I can stick my scissors in there. I just love it. As long as I remember to put my stuff back in there, I know exactly where it is. Okay, so I'm going to take my 1/4 inch score tape and put it down on my ribbon. Try not to stretch your score tape, because then it's going to definitely warp your ribbon. So you don't want to, let's see. Some of that did not go on straight, so I'm going to do it again. I've got a little natural bend in this right here, so that's why it's just not wanting to get straight. There we go. Nice and straight. And then we're going to burnish this down. And put it down. Let's go ahead and put that out of the way. Okay. There we go. And then we're just going to fill in that gap, and nobody will be the wiser. It'll be our little secret. And I'm just going to put this down with the paper. There we go. All right. Yeah, very cool. Okay, inside. Now I've got my little piece here, and oh my goodness, I thought I at least had all of these done. This must have been the last one I did. I kept cutting it on the wrong side. I was like, really? Because this side doesn't match up, and I kept cutting it on the wrong side of the paper, so I couldn't get my stripes to match up. And I was like, oh, for heaven's sakes. So yeah, this one I think took me 2 or 3 times. So yeah, I haven't been inking yet today, so I think I did just brush across here and here just a second ago, but made me think about it. I can show you I don't have brown fingers. I don't have brown fingers. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. Just get it right in there and make it look pretty. Oh, I love that. So cool. And by just making it a thin strip, then you have still your whole page to deal with, but your element that you spent extra time on making really pops. So that's always a really nice tidbit to do, to have. Nice. Okay, so now I am going to have to take my pocket down just a little bit because I did not want it to come over this. So give me my pencil and I'm going to make a new scoring mark. So I almost had a lot of stuff ready. Okay, let me line up this new scoring mark. So just about a 1/16 of an inch off was all it was. And just give that new fold a little burnish. There we go. This paper takes folding very nicely. It doesn't split. So, you know, that's a good thing. I still can't get over why it's not why it doesn't glue very well, but you know, oh well. Let's see, did I want to build? Yeah, I'm just going to build this with the pocket on the page. I'm not doing a lot of places for photos. I am going to put some photos on here before I send it. Bottom, got to close the pocket up or it doesn't really work very well. But I am going to put some photos of my little cute little fella. I want to put down like some of those leaves. I showed you that I had the leaf dies. I want to put some of that down so that I can have a picture of him kind of hiding in the bushes. Fun stuff. Oh, I don't know what that was all about. Having a big problem with those letter things, those, you know, the rawr, voice things. I think I'm just going to make a card to stick inside one of these pockets, and then the card will open up and it will do the roary thing. I'm not going to build it into the pages because that was just a nightmare. Just a nightmare. Now, I am using part of this piece for over here. Okay, so I am going to have this. Do I like the yellow there? I think I liked not having the yellow because there's not a lot of yellow in this. So don't need to accentuate what I don't have. Okay, and then we're going to get this cut. I'm just going to slice it right down. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. All right. I'll put this back in here so I'll have that to the other side. And I can cut it about here. I'm just leaving it, I don't know, 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch. Okay. So that is going to be the front part of the build. The top part of the build, I should say. Let me go ahead and ink this. Now, don't need to ink the bottom. Not going to see it. I wanted to tell you guys, when I see these and there's stuff that I like, even though I don't buy the whole set of papers, I will usually buy these if they're like a good price, because they give you features that you can use in a lot of different, you know, with a lot of different papers. So it's kind of, I kind of find it very interesting to be able to mix in papers that, you know, aren't of the same collection. I find that a lot of fun. And I think as long as you know, you have your 3 or 4 main colors, you can have a bunch of other colors, but you want to really focus on those 3 or 4 main colors, like this, the dark blue, and the dark green. And so those colors are throughout all of this paper. And none of the other colors other than the yellow is out, you know, it's all on this paper as well. So, you know, this just kind of makes for a very nice blend. Just match that up on the top so it looks nice. And there we go. There's that. Now, I'm going to glue these 2 down. Let's see. I am going to be making, in my next page that I do, I'm going to be making a zipper pocket. Those have always been very well liked. So we'll be doing a zip. Oh, and I didn't cut this down. See if I can do it. Nice and straight. There we go. Okay, so I'm getting this across the top here. And this one across the bottom. Oh, let me trim it off. You are not wanting to stick. I might have to add some more glue to that. Okay, so we're going to make a mark right there. And right there. And I'm going to twizzle that right off of there. There we go. Ooh, and it even looks straight. How exciting for me. Okay. I'll put this down here. I love this faux leather or whatever it is. It just really works well with the dinosaur stuff. Okay, and then this little triceratops fella is going to go across the top here. But I am going to take this piece, and let's see, I think if I just cut this in half, so let's just fold this. Yep, just fold it. This is pretty thick cardstock, so okay. Once you get part of it, give it a little burnish. Ooh, let's not make too much noise here, Lisa. my son and husband and I, well, I wasn't a whole lot of help because I had a horrible, I am a chronic migraine sufferer, and I had a horrible sinus headache 2 days ago, and that sinus headache gave me a migraine, which they do. And so then I had the migraine and a sinus headache at the same time. Holy Toledo. That was not fun at all. Okay, so now I'm just going to match these guys up. I'm just going to make a little mark right where I need to cut it on both sides. And let's see if I can trim that nicely. Voila. Very good. I told you my parents could speak multiple foreign languages, so if I say things like voila, I mean, not that people who can't speak foreign languages don't say that, because that's kind of one of those things that everybody says, but I grew up with it in my house, so I do have a quite the repertoire of useless words, I guess, because I can't really speak any language, but I can come up with some pretty good verbiage. I, however, do not know the cuss words, because, you know, in my house growing up, you couldn't say shut up to anybody, because that was impolite, and my mother ruled the house. So you didn't say that. So, I mean, we didn't. Now, occasionally my dad would cuss. He was about the only one in the house that could or would, because you didn't want to make Mama mad. If I made Dad mad, in about a half hour, I could just go and sit on his lap and give him a smooch and tell him I loved him and that I was sorry, and I could go out and play. Now, I am going to take a couple of pieces of this. I'm just going to kind of cut it, eyeball it in half, and I'm going to just glue them down right in the center for support. I know it's not that big of a deal, just this one little sheet of paper, but I just feel like it'll give a better finish to it, just having something to rest on other than dipping down. You know, it's just less likely to form. Oh, of course, this isn't inked either. Alrighty, and we're going to put this down. I've got to watch my time, because last night I did a full hour on one video, and that is really hard when you're trying to edit and get your videos done, is when you do a full hour long video. I try and keep them to about 30 minutes so that then I can break them up a little bit. Okay, so now we're gluing this down, and I'm not using my burnishing tool because I don't want it to pick up a ridge from the papers that are underneath when you're pushing on with the, there. So there's that page, and of course then I'll have a nice big tag in there. We'll do those later. And moving on to this one. Now, this one was a little piece of patchwork. I took a piece of white copy paper, and I had this clipped down where it belongs so that I could measure it out and get the size I needed. And then I just did my squares off of some of the leftover pieces that I had, and then made the center, and this is a belly band in the center, so that I will be able to put a tag in there. You'll be able to put 2 pictures or 1 picture, you know, however you would want to do that. But the tag will be a nice tag as well. I might find myself putting a stopper down. I don't know yet. That will kind of come at the last. So let's get this down. And there we go. And away we go. Okay, so there's that. Love that. And, you know, I did ink this all the way around. I put some score tape down both sides so I could take the ribbon around. I've been wanting to use that ribbon in this. You know, each one of these 4 squares is, of course, using the same papers, but each one of them is kind of taking on a different feel of each paper. Like the last one, let me finish with this, and I'll pull it up just in case you didn't see that, if this is the first video you're watching. Because this one is kind of with this rustic reddish paper. Now this one is going to fit very nicely because it's made specifically for this page. All right, and I'm going to flip this and burnish it. All right, there we go. Get around this a little bit better. All right, so this next page, oh my Lord, I didn't ink. It took me a while to get all these things cut out, and but I think this is going to give you the tutorial and the chatting and the information. You're just not sitting there watching me choose and cut paper, which I find sometimes very entertaining, especially if you're telling me why you're not picking something compared to something else. And I can learn those things, but you know, sometimes I do that. And sometimes I just feel like, you know, I'm just gonna, because this one, some of the elements are doing are a little different than what most people would do in their books, but at the same time, I think this whole thing is quite cool as far as making, I need to cut a little bit of this off, as far as making it there we go, good, kept it straight, imagine that. I think this is such a cool idea for you know, for anybody to do for their children, their grandchildren. Okay, so here is a pocket, and I did a braid, and I am going to do a small braid so you can see how I did this. But I just took all of my strips, and you can see they're all different sizes. And I just, I was getting so many of them, I said, okay, I got to do something to get these, you know, these strips under control. So this is what I did. I did just a little braided pocket, but I am going to braid. It's a small pocket, but you go through the exact same, whether it's a small pocket or a big pocket, to, you know, to prep for it and things. So not a problem. So we're going to put our pocket down, making sure that you kind of stay away from your edge. You make a pocket the size you want. I actually am off about a 1/16 of an inch off of both this score line and the line up against my edging here. I don't know why this glue does not adhere to this paper as fast as some other papers. Don't know. Okay, then I have this. Now this again is a different, this is from a Stamping Up book that I had. And then we're going to put that there. And just like this opposite side, I'm going to have this strip. Let's see. Put it right there and bring it down to right here. All right, let me cut that. Okay. And then I'm going to put it right in here and cut as large as I think I can, leaving a little space that's going to be in between this piece and this piece. Okay. And first I'm going to go ahead and put this down, because this I can change the size on this strip. I can't change the size on this piece of paper. So let's go ahead, just for fun, let's put this one down first. You don't have to go all the way down to the bottom because it's going to be under the pocket. And just tuck it all the way in. And down a little bit more. And I think that is good right there. That is pretty crazy, but it goes with this paper. All right, now let me see if my mark is still going to be good. No. Glad I did it. I need to make it a little shorter. Okay. Let's get this going. Let's get this going. Put that right there. And that right there. Alright. Alrighty. Slide this in. There we go. And then we're just going to have it stay away. Looks like I didn't get that tucked in there quite as well as I would have hoped to have gotten it in there. All right, so I am going to give this a cut right about here. And I like to make sure that I'm doing it straight because I will be using these pieces. So if I do too much hand cutting, I'm liable to make a huge mess of things and not be happy with it. So, you know, not be able to use it. All right, lift this up. Put that so it's even, and bring it up just a little bit. There we go. And then, because this one is not straight, I think I will put this green ribbon on there. You'll like that. So let me go ahead and get this where I want it. Boo-boo-boo-boo. Whoops. Okay. You guys always want to make sure that you're tidying up your edges a little bit. And let me just double check how I'm doing on size here, because that is going to kind of fall right along that red until we get to the pocket. And then this needs to come in like 2 lines. All right, I believe, get in there. There we go. I believe this will do it. Nope, still a little too long. Just there we go. Okay, so now I'm just going to bring all of this stuff, put it all back. I always end up with it in my workspace. And let's put some, I'm going to get some tape on this. I'll be right back, guys. I'm at 36 minutes. Okay, so I've moved this sideways so that I can line the top up first. I'm going to lay it right across. And then keep getting it underneath. And there we go. Get that. Get it underneath there. Go on. There we go. Beautiful. I love it. And there'll be a nice big tag in there. Okay, so now we have a bunch of stuff. This is the little pocket, believe it or not, that I am going to braid. I think it'll look really cute, and it'll take you through the process, but it won't take us long. Trying not to take up too much time. Okay, so I'm going to cut this right there, and this right there. And since I can't put this up against here, I line it up along one of the lines, keep it on that line, and then line this piece up, and then it's just like you having it against that, as long as you are lined up on that line. Oops. And but of course it doesn't stay as easily. Okay, there we go. So that one's down, and now this one I can, where'd I put my mark? Right there. I can put it up against the backing here. All right, so hopefully we're looking good here. Yes. And then this is some of the pieces that were cut, you know, the opposite side that was cut, and I just thought, how cool would it be just to have that in there, and that way it will help me, give me a full little page. So with this one, let me go ahead and glue this one down so that I have one constant while I'm working with that other piece. And this one can't move on me. No movement. No movement. All right, there's that. Let me get my little... Alrighty. Now on these two little flippity flaps, I do have a little bit of a rolled edge around there, so that it, you know, I could get a few things into the into underneath here. So now I'm going to cut this at the same levels as the solid rusty color, red color, whatever you want to call it. And this one I think I will be able to. Is that my line? Is that my line? Yes. And then this one. Oh, threw the wrong pieces. Get rid of the little pieces, those teeny tiny little things. And I need to ink this gently, because this one little piece is very thin, but I figured that gives me a use for these things instead of just cutting them and throwing them away. I can use them. Yay! We love using our stuff. Love using our stuff. Whoopsie. Careful, careful, careful. Now, if you plan on doing this, which I didn't plan on doing this until afterwards, you can leave more of a, you know, more paper on this end so that you could do it this way. But the only reason I'm using this one is because I had these two pieces of paper were one piece of paper. I found the center and did my cut. So this is the inverted side of this. So, hence I get to use this, where on the other ones, it wasn't, you know, there wasn't a ability to use these. Alrighty. There we go. Well, that looks cute. Remember these? And I have, let's see, this one flips this way, this one flips this way, and this one flips this way. And I should have done it before, but I didn't. Now I have this little, it's called a thumb notch from We Are Memory Keepers. And I wish I would have done it prior to, so that I could have set it up better, but I didn't. So this, I'm just going to eyeball. And now we'll be able to pull what's in there out. Had I done this prior, I would have taken the design paper and put it along the edge, cut it, and then I could have pulled the design paper back and it would have given me the gray or brown paper around here as well. I didn't. I don't. So now this one, I think I'm going to put this one as close over here as I can and still not mess everything up, because I don't want to cut the little faces off. And then this one I'm going to put over here. why is that? There we go. Little stuck it did down in there. And this one gonna go in as far as I can on this side. So there. So that's cute. One in the center and then one on each side. I like it. Oh, that'll work for me. And then if you want to, you can take these little pieces and glue them down, which I think I will do. And you just glue them down on the inside piece. You just lay it in there like it's supposed to be. You just come around just a little bit. And then lift that up and make sure you don't have any glue that's going to glue your... And there it looks like a whole picture, but yet it's not. All right. And, oh, where'd I put them? Where'd I put them? Oh, right here. Holy Toledo. This one goes with this. This is just a little trick. Just a little... poodle head. This glue on this paper is driving me bonkers because I am so used to this glue working so quick, and this paper, this solid cardstock, does not work that fast with this glue. So, learning curve. Just line this puppy up. And let me make sure I'm not gluing this down. Nope. Okay. So there's that. All right. This is for inside here. Good. That's going to work beautifully. And I have a, let's see, this goes somewhere. No, I got to do it upside down. It's weird how, yeah, see, that's going to work. So it'll be upside down, but that's okay. The upside down's not quite as pretty, but it's okay. And I think, if I can remember, I will make this a little tuck spot, and I'll put the blue paper underneath it. So I'm going to make myself just a little edge here and here. Where am I at? 11 minutes. Trying, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying. Okay, so there is that. And just use your line. Take your time. Make sure you get everything lined up. Because I certainly don't want to go and run another one of these. Yeah, see, because this is quite a bit wider. I think I will just get this cut. So actually, I'm going to make this the same length as this. So, let me just draw a little line here, and I'm going to cut this all the way down that way. And that way, it hopefully will be the same size on this end too, and then I will only have to do the one cut. One cut. And this one, because I'm going to have this as a pocket, a tuck spot, does not need to be as long. Okay, so I'm going to cut right there. I hope all this is making sense to you guys. And I'm going to get some edge coloring. Color my world. Color my world. Okay, let's see. So this is the piece I didn't edge. And this, if you remember, was from that free bit of paper that I got from when I got my Sizzix Pro. No, I didn't get the Sizzix Pro. I keep saying I got the Big Kick, something or other. But I got this paper as a free gift, you know. I'm sure it was in there. I'm sure I paid for it. But it was this paper craft. I don't know where it's from, but Craft Asylum. Never heard of that, but I'm glad I'm getting to use it. Using it is a wonderful thing. I am going to be trying to work with newer papers. I have so many older papers, but I figured like some of the Graphic 45 stuff I have, it'll come back around again and then I'll make it. Oh, look at me go. Holy Toledo. I said I was going to make it a tuck spot. At least I remembered before it dried. Jiminy crickets, girl. I'm just going to try and take all of this glue off of here. And we'll try that again. I'm sure you were yelling at me. No, no, no. So I'm going to do down this edge along the clouds and up this edge. And leave the rest alone. Alrighty. We had a beautiful morning, a stormy afternoon, a beautiful sunset, and a stormy evening. So it's been kind of a weird day today. And my husband and I's allergies, of course, he doesn't do really well on allergy medicine. I take, what is that I take? I take Zyrtec. It's the only one I can take. You know, all my silly allergies and everything, but it's the only one that I can take. So now I have a little tuck spot here, and I am going to tuck something in there because, yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Some of that glue going down there wasn't quite dry. There we go. Oop. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. So there's that little piece. So a nice little tag will go in there. Let's see. That's too big. Yeah, too big. But when I got the 6x6 pad coming, I'm sure I'll be able to find something. Or the ephemera packs that I've got coming, which I'm very excited. Alright. And then I've got this, and I'm hoping that, here we go. Almost perfect. Okay, can I go here? How's that? There we go. Yay! Alright, let's make our marks and get this cut. I think we're going to cut it right there. And right there. Scissors. Pencil. That's what was in my way. Okay, on the orange. Boom. And down here on the orange. Boom. And I'm going to do my best. Probably should just leave it. Try and ink a little bit of this stuff. All right, not that big a deal. So we're just going to get a little bit of glue on this. That's just to fill in that little bit of space and not have to worry about cutting a whole piece of paper and making it all match up. So this saves a world of time. Just have a little border there, and then it just makes your full little page. Oops, don't break. There we go. Looking good, looking good. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember what that is. Okay, and then I want the blue piece. Where is it? Oh, right here. Hopefully the same size fits. And it does. So we're just going to put our little cut on this. Come here. Put you in my leftovers. Let's ink you up. I thought this light blue kind of lightened everything up just a little bit. There we go. Glue this down. And we are almost done with this page. Oh, and I'm definitely coming back and doing stuff. This is just the basic build. And, you know, some of it you'll just see in the final walkthrough, and some of it you'll see me do. If it's something I don't, you know, that I think you might want to actually see me do it, like, you know, I'm gonna braid on here. I actually don't have a lot of strips. So, okay, so now I want this piece of paper to kind of cut that little too short, but I'm just going to match this paper up with this rust colored. I wish I would have made it a little bit longer, but I didn't. Alrighty, so let's see. I'm trying to figure out. It is not straight. It's really not straight at all. So I may be putting the ribbon on here as well because it's not straight. That is the only hazard that I am finding with working with these edges, is that they're not always straight. And I did not take the time to make sure that I was, you know, really having them straight, because I didn't think about it, you know. But yeah, you got to make sure they're straight. Gotta make sure. Okay, I'm going to cut this one first because I'm going to put the other half on here. Hopefully there's enough to do both. That's my plan anyway. Let's see, where's my mark? Right there. And then I'll go ahead and cut this first page. Alright, so here's my first page. Whoops. What? What? What did I just do? What did I just do? Holy Hannah. I have no clue what I just did, but I'm going to have to fix it. Yeah, see guys, it happens. It happens. So now I'm going to cut off another little strip of this so that I can fix it. Fix it. Where's my line? Right there. Okay. Now I'm going to ink the top and the outside piece. But I'm not going to ink the inside piece. And I'm not going to ink that one either. So hopefully it will go together just like the other one that I had to piecemeal. And you won't really notice anything. You won't notice a thing. And I think when I'm cutting some of these papers, I'm going to start cutting myself little strips because I don't have any little strips to show you my pocket. I'll probably have to come back to you on the little pocket. Alright, so there is that piece, and before it dries, let me make sure. Let me pull it over just a little bit, and then put this here. It's still not quite enough. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I'm going to do green on both of these, but I am going to go ahead and put this one down. Just weird, ladies. Just weird. So, what is everybody going to do for Father's Day? I was going to make my husband, and he's been making his knives, so I was trying to come up with something that I could do to help him. And you've seen me do the green, so I will do that off camera. But I'm just going to put a piece of green right across there. And then I will also put a piece of green right across here. And then that will incorporate, and I probably could also put a piece of green across here like I did on the other side. And then everything would be all matched up. And I think I will do that. But I will do that off screen. You've seen me do it. It's not that big a deal. Okay, now I should have enough. And I need to make sure that I'm making this straight across the top and not worrying about my side. Let's see, where's my mark? Right there. There we go. Oh, I got a strip. But that one's pretty wide for that little pocket. Okay, let's just ink this up. And guys, we're just about done. I'm gonna have to figure out the closure. So, darn it, dad nabbit poodle head. Well, these are just going to go on the top. I'm sorry. So I made these. They're just double pieces of paper, and it's a pretty thick paper. And then I put a brad on the top and the bottom. I put a little double-sided sticky tape on the brad, and then I'm just going to add a couple dots of glue. So I am going to put this, and I'm just going to eyeball the middle, kind of right here. And the fact that the brad is in there actually holds the paper up off of the you know, the flat surface, which is going to be nice. Now let me go ahead and do this one. I was thinking I needed to put the brads through the paper, but I didn't want to have to do that, so I just put the brads. Okay. So I'm going to make this one look good up top and not worry about the sides, because this side, I want it straight here and I want it straight across the top, and it's pretty straight across the bottom. Okay. And then I'll put the green strips right down there, so that'll make that nice. And then I have another one of these done. Take my tape backings off. Touch a little bit of glue. And now I need to make sure that I'm making this nice and straight. So I'm going to put that right about there and put this one right about here. So let me see before I push it down. I think I'm going to pull it up just a little bit and put it down. There we go. Okay. And then I made this. This has a piece of chipboard in between two pieces of the blue paper. And I'm just inking up that chipboard because it is a white piece of chipboard. Okay. And then this is our closure. Isn't that cool? And I am going to be putting a ribbon of some sort, and I'm going to be putting a little pocket down here so that when you pull it out, you can stick it down in the pocket, and that way you're not losing it. Okay? And I might try and do something just to round the edges or something like that, just so that it's nice. But this looks like a barred gate. I love it. I'm going to leave this in here. So guys, that is it. That is pretty much that one in a nutshell. We have our openings here. We've got our flippies, and we've done our little thumb notches on here so that we can get tags in. Making sure it's not glued down. Yep, yep. And so, and then they got the nice pictures in the back. So let's close that up. We've got our two big pockets, so we'll put nice big tags in there. This one goes first, this one goes second. And then I still have to figure out what I'm going to do with this little fella. And I wish I would have made that a tuck spot, but that's okay. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. I love you all so much. Hope you join me again. Come back to my channel anytime. I love having you. I love hearing from you. And you guys stay safe and healthy and create something for you the way you like it. Talk to you later. Bye.